This is the way.
This is the way.
The Mandalorian's first season was a breath of fresh air for Star Wars fans as it blazed new hyperspace lanes in the galaxy far, far away. But of course, now that it's over, we have to latch on to every new detail we feel like it adds to the larger Star Wars canon. And there are a bunch, but here are 5 relating directly to the Mandalorian people and what happened to them. Huge reveal. Before this series, Star Wars media had suggested that to be a Mandalorian, you had to be born on Mandalore, with a few exceptions. Right, Boba?
Yep.
But from as early on as the Clone Wars, when Clan Vizsla, aka the Death Watch, rescued Din Djarin as a child, Mandalorians would take on foundlings, train them in their ways, and give them a really cool helmet that they can never take off. So when Mando says,
"Weapons are part of my religion,"
he's serious. And speaking of the weapons, other Star Wars media have shown off a Mandalorian penchant for gadgets like wrist-mounted flamethrowers and grapple lines. But the Disney Plus show showed us the ceremony attached to those weapons and how a Mandalorian builds their armor piece by piece as they go. Already a fan favorite, the armorer showed us how Mandalorian armor is actually fabricated. She's a master when crafting Beskar into helmets, pauldrons, signets. Oh, and she can make jetpacks too.
I gotta get one of those.
Very cool stuff to finally see in live action. But the other important aspect of the armorer is her leadership role within the Mandalorian covert. She upholds their traditions, shares her wisdom, and gives them direction. When the armorer speaks, the Mandalorians listen.
This is the way.
When the show references the Great Purge, they're not talking about Order 66. And based on the way they talk about the Jedi, they probably don't know that Order 66 even took place at all. Based on the scattered info the show has provided, the Great Purge happened sometime before or during the Galactic Civil War when the Mandalorian people rejected Imperial rule, which didn't go great. The Empire, led by Moff Gideon, who was then an Imperial security officer, seems to have wiped out most, if not all, of the Mandalorian people. And that darksaber he's wielding, the last time we saw it in Star Wars Rebels, the Mandalorian Bo-Katan Kryze was using it to rally the Mandalorian people to stand against the Empire. So you do that math. Things are not looking that good for Bo-Katan. The Empire's leftovers kept on empiring after the death of Emperor Palpatine. No, the first time. The Mandalorian gives us our first look at what that looked like. Imperials like Moff Gideon seized control of what ships and ordnance remained and used them to impose their own brutal brand of order and prosperity in parts of the galaxy where the fledgling New Republic had yet to gain footholds. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and now that you're all caught up, check out why I think The Mandalorian is on a collision course with Anakin Skywalker's old apprentice, Ahsoka Tano. And remember to follow and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.